So for this demo, what we are going to be looking at is a comparison between the Norwex Envirocloth and your typical disinfectant wipes. A lot of times we end up going for these guys whenever we really want to make sure that we are, going heavy duty against the germs that are invading our houses. But I want to just point out a few things to you. I don't know how many of you have ever read the directions on these wipes. I never had, and I used to use them all the time. Okay, so I'll show you. There's the directions, and you can see as I zoom in what the directions say. There's a few kind of key things that I want to highlight. First of all, this says that before you use these to disinfect, you need to first clean your surface. Okay, so do that. And then once you have cleaned your surface, in order to use these to disinfect, you have to use enough of the wipes for your surface to remain visibly wet for 4 minutes. I never did that. And the reason for that is because if you remember back to our earlier video, whenever we talked about the difference between chemical cleaning and mechanical cleaning, with chemical cleaning, what they're trying to do is use the chemical to kill the bacteria and germs and things like that. And 4 minutes is how long this particular brand takes to do that. I've seen other brands where it's up to 10 minutes. So you have to have enough of the chemical actively involved with the germs for 4 minutes. And then once you have done that, if you've left it for 4 minutes, then you actually have a bunch of dead germs sitting here for one thing, not to mention all of this chemical, which it tells us on here, that's basically a pesticide. It says that this chemical is hazardous to humans and domestic animals. And so once you have used this to disinfect your surface, it tells us on here that you're supposed to again clean your surface with water, because at that point what you're doing is getting rid of the chemical that you've used. That's a lot of work, and most of the time we're not doing that, right? So if you are using these, unless you're using them exactly the way that they say to use them, you're not actually effectively killing anything. And I'm going to show you here in a second that you're just kind of smearing it around. But you could also really be making yourself and your family sick. So we are going to do a little bit of a demonstration to show the Norwex Envirocloth in action compared with the disinfectant wipes. So you can see on my counter here that there's a bunch of white powder here. I have smeared on what is called glow germ. This is something that is used in hospitals to train doctors and nurses on how to wash their hands effectively. What this does is it simulates bacteria. And so it's not actual bacteria, but it behaves the way that bacteria would, and it really gets down into the crevices of your skin and things like that. So that even whenever your hands might look clean, this will show if they actually are not, because this shows up particularly well under black light. So for this part, I'm going to turn my lights out. And so you can see already in the screen. All right, so here we can see under the black light where all of this stuff is showing up, right? Okay. But I'm going to take my disinfectant wipe, and I'm going to use this not the way that the directions say to, because how often do people actually do that? But I'm going to use this the way we generally use it, right? Where you just clean until your surface looks clean. Okay? Right? Can we agree that looks clean? Okay. Oh, but oh no, look at all that. It's still there and it's just smeared around. Yuck, 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 yuck. Okay. But now I'm going to take my Norwex Envirocloth and I am going to just wipe right up the middle here and knock my glow germ onto the floor. Okay. Look, right there. Nice clean streak right down the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take this same side of the cloth that I just used to wipe the surface there, because a lot of times what happens whenever these are being used like in classrooms and things like that is a teacher might take one of these and go from desk to desk to desk before they replenish their wipe, just kind of doing a quick wipe like I just did there. But if you rub with that same side, now look, I just smeared all that germs back onto that area that was clean where the Envirocloth cleaned. Can you see that? That wipe just put it right back down, okay? So I'm gonna go over with my Envirocloth and I'm just gonna pick everything up here, okay? Can you see how it's just lifting that up? Okay, it's not smearing it around. Okay. All right, so nice clean surface, good to go. Yep. All right, no toxic chemicals, no smeared around germs, and so much faster, so much safer. Thanks for watching.